Hi, Scott. I want to thank you for attending and participating and being a sponsor for the Planview-Old Bethpage SpringFest Festival. And today we're going to, conduct an interview with you, so you get to kind of showcase yourself and your company, so you and the community can get a little bit more familiar with each other.
I look forward to it. I'm glad to be a member of the, of course, a member of the Chamber of Commerce.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So to kick it off, why don't we just start with tell us a little bit about yourself and your company?
A little bit about myself. My family moved to Old Bethpage back in 1968. I graduated from high school back in 81. And after a few years hiatus, and after I had my first child, I moved back to Plainview to raise my children. Both my girls graduated from Planview JFK. They're both mechanical engineers, scattered across the country. So I love the town. The only reason why I left is I got divorced and we sold our house. But it's good to give back to the community and become a member of the chamber. I owned a manufacturing business for the past 21 years, which had a tragic fire back in 2020. So I had to do a little change of career and I came across Fully Promoted. I like dealing in business to business, and being in that business for so long and understanding that method of doing business, I feel very comfortable in the promotional products and custom apparel business. So after a long journey, I'm back in Plainview.
Wow, that's a really, thank you for sharing that. That's a very interesting, story that you have to tell. What would you say is the one or two things that would really distinguish your company, say, from your competitors in today's world?
So Fully Promoted is a franchise. It was started by a gentleman who actually started a company called Signorama, and his first store was in Farmingdale, right off on Main Street, and the original store is still there. And he developed a franchising model for Signorama, and there are about 800 Signoramas in the country. And that evolved into getting into other franchising opportunities for him. And one of his more successful one is called used to be called Embroid Me, which was pretty much a misnomer. They were a business-to-business company, but the name Embroid Me was very homey. So about 10 years ago, they changed the name from Embroid Me to Fully Promoted, because we fully promote companies, from anything that you could put your name on paper, on clothing, on merchandise, digital marketing. We pretty much run the gamut of promoting your company. The benefit of Fully Promoted is that we're 200 independently owned stores across the country and the world. And our vendors treat us as one entity. So while a lot of mom and pops have their advantages of being a local company, we're both local and global. So we have the benefit of being in the community and being able to support the community, but at the same time, we get the vendor support of getting great pricing and great delivery times because we're 200 stores strong.
Ah, that's terrific. That really gives you a nice edge, I think, on being able to give that personal touch with the big company support behind it. So that's yes. Fabulous. That's really terrific. Another question I think I'd like to ask you is, in the world that we're living in, what adjustments and what adaptations did you have to take in dealing with COVID over the last 2 years in the pandemic? I'm sure it impacted how you do business.
When I was in the shelving business, we were actually very busy. I think that's one of the reasons why we had a fire. We just overworked our machinery so much, we had a breakdown, and it caused the tragedy that resulted. But in this business, it's more important for people who have the ability to stay in business to be able to offer services above and beyond their competitors. There are so many different restaurants out there. There are so many different lawyers out there. There are so many different real estate agents out there. Powering off. Sorry about that. That you have to somehow stick out and create a memory or create some sort of experience for your customer so they come back to you. The hardest thing to do in any business is to get the customer in the first time, to do business the first time. The second hardest thing to do in business is to get them to come back the second time. You got to give them a reason why. So whether it's a rewards program or a thank you gift that's appropriate, or just a little token of appreciation of the business that they've done for you, that's what I'm trying to help people. Every business is different. We have a program with restaurants, for example, where if someone orders a glass of wine, the restaurateur can give away a glass to them for free that says congratulations with their name etched on the bottom. And all they ask the patron to do is take a picture and let's post it on Facebook. And there's all of a sudden free advertising. And he in his mind, he's saying, they're going to come back to me because I gave them a glass that cost me X amount of dollars.
Right.
And the patron is going, I'm coming back here. I'm going to get a glass. It's my birthday every week. You know, it's my father's birthday. It's my husband's birthday. It's my son's birthday. So they get a glass all the time. And they're both benefiting from it because a restaurateur is going to be selling another $100 dinner and giving away a few dollar glass and get all this free publicity just from that without having to spend a dime on advertising. So these are the type of programs we try to teach people.
That's really terrific. So it seems like you've really figured out a way to create your own unique value proposition to keep, the hardest thing of getting a customer and then to keep the clients keep coming back. That's the challenge of every business today. So it seems like you're really meeting it on.
We had a I'm in a building, I'm in the RXR building across from Nassau Coliseum. Right. And we had a farmer's market here a few months ago. And this woman sold me the best scone I ever ate in my life. And she put it in a paper bag, and the paper bag went in another bag. And she sold me a $2 scone, and she spent 75 cents on paper. And I asked her, how much is ink? How much does ink cost? She said, I don't know, I make scones. I said, ink doesn't cost anything. If I wanted to buy another scone from you, I don't know who the hell you are. Put your name on the bag. And these are the little things that people don't realize. People are advertising Nike and Hollister. They should be advertising their own company.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, you bring an interesting perspective, to the business and helping people promote their business. So thank you for sharing that.
And not only that, I can probably get the stuff that they're buying less expensive because of my buying power than they're paying retail.
Right.
So there's a double advantage to that.
Yeah, that's terrific. That's awesome. I'd like to take it now a little bit maybe on a more personal issue. So here's a question for you. Suppose you're on a desert island and you're all by yourself. You can only have one book or an app in today's world, one food, and one activity. What would Scott be choosing?
The book I've read 3 times already, and I could probably read it once a year, is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I read it when I was in college, and I think it's important to read it back when you're young. And it gives you a perspective on life, not to take everything so seriously, that everything is not life and death. And you can find some humor in everything and enjoy life, even when the worlds are crashing around you. So that would be the book I would have with me. The food, I'm a meat eater, so if I just had a cow around, at least I can have different versions of beef. And an activity, if I had a golf club and a few balls, I would still stink for forever. But at least I would try.
I relate to you on that. I love steak and I love golf myself. So
yes,
we could be together on that island.
Let me know when the outing is.
Excellent. Let me ask you this question. Who would you say has been a mentor or a role model for you that had a big impact on your life and your career?
I've had 3 in my life. I mentioned, I'm gonna go backwards. I mentioned Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Douglas Adams, who wrote the trilogy, there are actually 5 books in the trilogy to show you how insane it is, was the only famous person I ever wanted to meet in my life. And I had an opportunity back in the 80s to actually meet him. And he died not too soon after. So I was glad I had that opportunity. He gave me an outlook on life. The second person would be my football coach. He taught me discipline. He taught me teamwork. And he taught me I could pretty much accomplish whatever I want to accomplish if I try hard enough, regardless of how big or small I was. And then my father was an amazing man, a street guy from Brooklyn who really made a total success of his life, and taught me stuff. Taught me how to be a mensch. And for those of you who know what a mensch is, you can't be better than that. So he taught me that. He taught me to respect women. He taught me to respect myself. He taught me how to raise my children, and I think I succeeded in all those things.
Right. Wow, that's really fantastic. Scott, I really want to thank you for sharing so much of who you are as a person and your business and how unique your business is and how unique you are. And to your point, as every individual is a very unique, special person. And the chamber is really lucky to have somebody like you be part of it. And we really enjoy and look forward to the festival coming up in the spring, and your participation is really very so much appreciated. I want to thank you for, taking the time to speak with us today, and look forward to seeing you in the not too distant future.
Thank you. I look forward to it too.
Thanks, Scott. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.